what are your thoughts on the encroachment of pickleball into the world and of tennis?
I definitely think it's a really complicated issue. I feel like, of course, tennis is such a classic game. There's so much history, and people who play it take a lot of pride in that. Understandably so, and definitely I did, but I think pickleball is kind of like a freight train that at this point can't be stopped. And I don't really have a problem with empty, hardly used tennis courts being converted to pickleball courts. It's largely just a matter of like real estate. And because on one tennis court, you can put up to 4 pickleball courts, and you could have 2 to 4 people playing tennis, or, you know, 16 people happily playing pickleball. So it's definitely a complicated issue. And I hope that more and more pickleball facilities are opening up around the country. And I'm sure that'll continue, and dedicated pickleball facilities where tennis courts aren't being actively uprooted. But also, you know, the people like pickleball. It's exploding. The people like it. And I feel like tennis as a whole kind of will need to undergo a revival of sorts in order to kind of, if they don't want any more of their courts to be converted to pickleball.
When you say a revival, and as someone who grew up, obviously, do you still play tennis, Anna?
Not at all, which is very common
Not at all.
for my
Okay.
peers. We
But
pretty
as
much
someone
never play.
who got their start in it, and went to Cal, I'm assuming you got some level of a scholarship assistance at Berkeley because of tennis. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously tennis was really good to you. You were really good to it. And you mentioned a revival. What can the sport really do to try to enjoy not necessarily a renaissance, but a little bit of a boost in light of the fact that pickleball is surging at the level that it is? Is there anything it can do?
I feel like I'm not really in that world anymore, but more programs to get kids playing, more use of kind of active courts. Like I know growing up in the Fort Worth area, there like the high school tennis courts near my house where I would have gone to high school had I stayed. Like there were often like kids programs going on there, and the courts were in use. And then now I kind of drive around the high schools in my area, and they have, 6 courts, 4 to 6 courts, all of them. And I just feel like they're always empty. So I feel like more youth programs get kids playing tennis, better pathways. I think that's something that Texas did really well for me. There was kind of tennis was more segregated by level, but a lot of states kind of don't have that. So you have kids who are like 8 years old, 10 years old, playing against some of the best 12-year-olds in the state in these tournaments. And it's kind of one reason my sister stopped playing tennis here in Florida was, they came here and they had to play against kids who were just way better than them. Whereas, so I think it all starts with what is happening for kids. And I think that's something that pickleball is also trying to figure out, because right now it's not really separated out by age for people under 18. It's just it's like 25 plus, 35 plus. And so now we see the tour is trying to develop youth leagues and kind of youth pathways. And so I think that that's something that both sports have to, tennis already has the groundwork, but it's something that could be improved on and that I think is going to be really important. Because tennis is a hard game to pick up as an adult. That's something that pickleball has on it. You have all these people who are addicted and loving it who have no racket sport background. With tennis, it's very difficult to get into it. Not impossible, but much, much more difficult. So.